private sector is doing fine. Where we're seeing weaknesses in our economy have to do with state and local government.
He wants another stimulus. He wants to hire more government workers. He says we need more firemen, more policemen, more teachers. Did he not get the message of Wisconsin? The American people did. It's time for us to cut back on government and help the American people.
Top demo crip Barack Obama there, squabbling with top Republican Mitt Romney. I rather like this Jesse Ventura, these new names. They've got a certain ring to them. When you hear the president and the Republican nominee going at it like this, given the state of the economy in America, what's your reaction?
Well, my reaction is it doesn't matter. I mean, when we went from George Bush to Barack Obama, the only difference was their skin color. Everything else has been pretty much the same. It doesn't matter if you elect a Democrat or a Republican because they've both sold out to bribery to the same corporate sponsors. I mean, Barack Obama's large contributor was Goldman Sachs. Same thing on the Republican side. If you go to both their conventions, you'll see the same lobbyists paying off both sides, so they win either way. It does not matter who you elect. I laugh when I hear change you can believe in. Well, the only way that's going to happen is if you'd elect someone like me. I'll give you change you can believe in. You can rest assured there'd be change. Not what these guys talk about. Nothing's changed. Nothing ever will, as long as Democrats and Republicans are in there.
Now, I'm getting a sort of explosion on my phone here of Twitter, which I know you don't partake in, but a lot of people tweeting, to my surprise, but to your joy, a lot of, he's got a point, Jesse Ventura. They rather like the cut of all this. And if, by the way, if you're watching, at Piers Morgan, keep the tweets coming because it's getting lively with Jesse. The obvious question, I guess, is if you're so fed up with the system and your independence to take charge, why don't you throw your hat back in the ring? Twitter suggests to me you'd have a following.
Well, I'm certain I would, because there's a lot of disgruntled, unhappy people out there just like me. And they're wising up finally, I hope. I mean, I've been pounding this for my last 4 books I've written, and it doesn't seem like anyone wants to listen. But I'll tell you this, I'm 60 years old now, and I'm not too sure if I want to tie myself up in this nonsense. I have a great life in both Minnesota and Mexico in the private sector. I love to go in the water down in Mexico. I love my life down there, and I would have to give that up. And in order to do that, I have to see something out of the American people. I want to see the American people give me a sign that it's worth it to me to come out and put my ass on the line again.
How much do you think the media have to take responsibility for some of the way that the political system has gone in America, in the sense that you now have very partisan cable networks, Fox on the right, MSNBC on the left, CNN sort of squeezed somewhere in the middle. When you see them getting more and more vociferous and partisan, does that matter? Is that good for political debate? Is it corrupting political debate? What do you think?
I think it's awful. It's terrible. You know, the news used to be to report facts and allow you to make the decision. All these shows are nothing but opinion moderators. They're hired guns to push an agenda. I think it's horrible. When our forefathers created this country, the media was supposed to be the 4th branch of government, the unwritten branch. Their job was to keep track of what the other 3 were doing and report it to the American people so the American people could judge it accordingly. What you have now is nothing but a media with opinion, and a media that, I remember the death of Anna Nicole Smith. It was the headline for a month. A month. And yet the meat and potatoes of running our country and things of that gets cast aside. Because why? The media today is not into reporting the news. They're into creating it. And that is very, very dangerous. Because the light went on with 60 Minutes. They found out the news could make money. So the bean counters came in, and now the news is nothing but entertainment, and it's done to get ratings. Where in the old days of Walter Cronkite, the news took a loss, and they accepted that, and they made up for it in their entertainment division. Not today. Today, the news is expected to get ratings, and is expected to generate money, and that is horrible.
So presumably you'll be boycotting Fox and MSNBC on your book tour, will you, Jesse?
I won't be boycotting them. They boycott me. I'd go on happily. No, that's the truth, Piers. Neither of them will have me on. Neither of them.
Really?
Will have me on. Nope. It's been that way for my last 3 books. None of the Fox nighttime people will have me on. None of the MSNBC nighttime people will have me on. Now, Fox Business will put me on. I think they're another division. I'm not sure about that, but some of the business shows at Fox will have me on. But no, Fox and MSNBC have banned me. I'm too controversial, I guess. You know who else wouldn't let me on? Don Imus. His producers and all them wanted me on, but they wanted to know what 5 songs I wanted to have played. So I told them I want Rage Against the Machine. Those are the songs I want. From Tom Morello, who Tom's one of my heroes now. He is a new Bob Dylan. He is a new Woody Guthrie. He is a man who can play guitar like heck. And Rage Against the Machine, well, you know, they banned them prior to the Iraq War and the build-up to it. None of the Clear Channel stations would play anything. They censored Rage Against the Machine, so I guess so did Don Imus.
Well, Jesse, you are outrageous and controversial. You're difficult. You can be menacing. That's exactly why I like you as a guest. So we'll take another break, and we'll come back and talk to you about your conspiracy theories, of which you have many and varied, and they're always fascinating to debate with you, even if, in some cases, extremely half-baked.